Greetings, listeners, and welcome back to the Wednesday Night Crew. This week, we are on hiatus from the main campaign, so we're playing a system we have played once before called 3-2-1 Action. This adventure is called Rocket to Russia, and gives Predator vibes along the way. We hope you enjoy. Let's jump right in, shall we?
All right, Wednesday Night Crew, welcome to... we're going to play a game called Rocket to Russia using the 3-2-1 Action rules. If you recall, about a year or so ago, we played 3-2-1 Action in an Old West, but this time we're Army guys, and the regular crew will be playing our Army guys and gals. So let's get started, shall we? You guys sit back and listen to the gentle nuclear hum resonating through the bulkheads of the USS Seawolf mini-sub. It's hot in here, real hot. And there's no room for luxuries either. No AC, no stereo, no portholes, not even a captain. This sub is automated and self-driving, only used in missions where secrecy is paramount. All right, hard-ass jazz hands. You guys worked together on that mission at Grizzle Park. Who wants to tell me what happened there?
Well, unlike being stuck in this can underwater, we paratrooped in to, what was it again? Yeah, we were grizzled, you could say, by that event that happened, right, Jazz Hands?
Hey, yeah, just a little bit rattled. I mean, everything can't do the best you can do. I had to get a little bit freestyle with that crowbar,
Yeah, and I had to pull your ass out of the fire more than once during that mission, but we got out of there okay, and everyone made it home. At least all of us made it home in one piece. Mentally, I'm not sure if you're all still there from that, but
I mean, I didn't fucking ask you to pull me out, but I guess you got to do what you got to do, and then somehow point the finger at me, so I can see how this one's gonna go.
Hey, we don't leave anybody behind. I just wish we weren't in this can underneath the water. Like, this is not natural. We should be diving into wherever we're headed. Anyone know where we're headed after all?
We'll leave that. We'll put a pin in that, and we'll find out in a moment. All right, let's just go with the next three. Boom Boom, Swan, Chatterbox. You all know each other. Hell, you all met. What was that? Super Bowl XLI. You remember when Prince did the halftime show, saying "Purple Rain, rain down on him"? Man, what were you guys doing there? What kind of mission was going on there? Chatterbox, Boom Boom, Swan. Any one of you can tell me.
I mean, yeah, like we got that call that sniffing out some explosives, and of course they're going to call me, make sure I can literally sniff them out. And good thing we were there, because Chatterbox, I kind of remember you finding that guy under the bleachers. Well, goes without saying.
Right? Trying to ruin a perfectly good halftime show with explosives? I mean, there's don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for explosives, but not during the football game, not during the Super Bowl.
Just remember, neither one of you would have gotten there in time if it hadn't been for your boy driving there. There was we were in Super Bowl traffic, and I think I squeezed down a 0-lane highway there to get us to the stadium right before.
Yeah, not to mention that cornfield.
It was right between the rows of corn. Not a single kernel was disturbed. All right, it was clean.
The way that you took that guy down, viewers at home have no idea what they really missed that day. So,
did you know you could do that with a side mirror, huh? That was,
today I do. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you guys are all sitting back, train your stories, train your scars. It's five of you, but you see another soldier with you. Actually three other people in the sub with you. One of them, man, this guy looks green as all get out. He's got no stories. You've never met him before. He's like, hey guys, you guys can just call me Tiberius. I'm Ty. They call me Red Shirt. Just I can't wait to wherever we go, man. I can't wait, to share these stories. You guys all sound like you're professionals, and I moved myself up through the ranks, and um, through the ranks of boot camp. They said I'm really good. I know my dad. Well, I shouldn't say the senator of where he's from, which state he's from, but he's a senator. He'd be real proud of me. I know he would. I know he said, like, get there and succeed, Ty. Get there to succeed, and that's what I'm doing. I'm proving him right, and I know that. Yeah, like, I worked real hard. I know I did. I mean, I must have, right? That's how I moved through so fast, right? I moved real fast through that. Anyways, yeah, I can't wait to make friends with you guys. Nobody really. Well, I didn't make too many good friends in boot camp, I guess. I'm not worried about that because we got this mission, right? We're good. We're good to go, right, guys? And he goes for like a, like he tries to reach across for like a high five, like a dab up. Anyone? Yeah, guys.
I lean over to Jazz Hands. I'm like, this pendejo jerk off.
Greenhorns these days.
Hey, cut him a little bit of slack. He probably pissed his pants like 5 times before we even got in this can.
He does look genuinely nervous. Like you see sweat coming. He's like,
what? Yeah. What was his name again?
Tiberius Red Shirt.
Hey,
Kirkman.
Ty, how many combat missions you been on?
Real or virtual?
If you got to ask, man, it's too little.
Well,
Army of one doesn't count, man.
I definitely did some. I did a lot of simulations. A lot of simulations where I was, top of the class. Top of the class, indeed. Yeah. Maybe 10, 12, dozen. Who keeps count, right?
I lean up. I lean into Tiberius, and I say, it's gonna be all right there, Ty. And I like smack him on the shoulder, like hard on the back twice, like with some force. So it kind of makes him like plunge forward.
And at that, he kind of stops talking because he was chewing on some gum to kind of relieve the pressure. And now he's like, oh. And he's like choking that. And while you're all just getting a good laugh at his like as he's coughing, his eyes are watering. He gets the gum out, but he just can't breathe for a second. You notice the two other guys in the sub. They're sitting on opposite sides of the sub. They're so far apart, in fact, that they surely must know each other. You've been told that one of them is the point man on this mission, and his call name is Dag Nasty. From what you can tell, the name fits. Your orders are to obey his command. The other guy, his name is Scorpion. Now, Dag Nasty, he's got that look about him. He's a hardened army guy all through and through, buzz cut, everything. And Scorpion, let me do a little quick look at these guys. Yeah, so Dag Nasty's he's he's not that old actually, but he's got like the look of he's barely 30, but you could tell he's got like just look of intensity about him. Whereas Scorpion, he actually's got long blonde hair. You're trying to wonder how he gets away with that in there, and he's kind of got like a European look to him. He's also in his young 30s. I mean, he's all looking at you, laughing. Like they're just like kind of looking at you. Looking at each other, looking at you. When all of a sudden, wham! The sub jolts violently as something hits the hole hard enough to shove you out of your seat. At this point, Redshirt starts choking on his next piece of gum that he was just about putting in his mouth. The nuclear hum cuts out as the sub stops. It's quiet for a brief moment before you hear something scratching at the entire length of the outside walls. A tearing sound vibrates your molars. Whatever it is, it's got to be man-made because nothing in the ocean is strong enough to rip the special titanium alloy Uncle Sam used. But before he can even make a move, Dag Nasty holds out his hand with his palm facing down. Stand down, he says. You all stand down. So suddenly, as it started, the noise stops. And then, while everyone looks at each other nervously, Dag Nasty stands up to give the mission briefing.
Listen, this wouldn't have happened if you'd let me drive. I'm just saying. It's
Gannett Swan, listen up, everybody. Here's your mission objective. We're going in. We're going to eliminate the Jade Sniper. This guy, ex-Spetsnaz, Russia's most elite special forces, known for their intense training and mental fortitude. The Jade Sniper was one of their best, but he went rogue. Now he's raising hell all over Point Nemo and ratcheting up tensions between us and Russia. But taking out one rogue agent, that's not the reason for all this secrecy. At this point, he passes out some mission folders to all of you. In the first document, you open it up. It's a glossy photo of a few soldiers having a good time. They're Russian. You could tell it's by the dressing. But in that group, there's one that stands out. He's got a look of smoldering intensity. That guy there, that's the Jade Sniper. And then you flip over the next page of the folder, and this is where your mind is blown, because on this one, you see a 6-foot-tall creature. It looks human, but it also looks fish. That lady,
Hey, man, this,
Don't see
this
that
is not
every day.
right.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call an amphicura. And at this point, Scorpion speaks of Da amphicura. And you all turn and look at him. It's the first time you've heard him speak. Down the Kura River, we were told stories of children being drowned at night as if they snuck outside. That is the amphicura.
Is that like a reverse mermaid?
Something like that, a creature from the lakes, from the river. It's one of them, what we thought was an old an old folk story. Hey, don't go near the river. The amphicura will get you. Keep kids away from the river. Keep them safe. That's what we call them anyway. That's what these are. They're not the same, but that is what we call them. That is what it is. At this point, Red Shirt speaks up. Do bullets kill them? He's loading up his gun. Well, yes, says Dag Nasty. Their physiology is remarkably human, so that shouldn't be a problem. Places a hand on Scorpion's shoulder and gives him a quick nod. What you think might be a small smile. Point Nemo itself is said to have pockets of radiation in various locations. So make sure you pop an iodide pill if you start to lose your cool, all right?
I just need to know one thing, where it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're getting to Point Nemo now. This is a small, unnamed island. I'm sure none of you have heard of it, right?
You just called it Point Nemo, but yes.
I mean, are we gonna find this? I guess we found it, so I guess you can say we found Nemo.
Cannon Swan.
I guess
saying it all night,
Dory's
aren't I?
our target, though.
Well, it's Point Nemo is a joint operation between Russia and U.S.
What?
Very top secret. Super top secret. All right. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you about this island. It's riddled with the amphicura. It's also slightly irradiated. That's why it's mission critical that we stay on task and take out this Jade Sniper. Now, you team will have 12 hours to complete this objective and make it across the island to the extraction point on your map, where the Seawolf will be waiting. It's leaving with or without you.
What are the rules of engagement? Are there any friendlies or non-combatants, or is it just fish guts everywhere?
Things have gotten hostile and out of hand. The Jade Sniper has been kind of cut off from the Russian troops, but we don't know if he's got what kind of infiltration he's done throughout the Russian ranks. Consider anyone potentially hostile. Consider every amphicura hostile, and those are shoot to kill.
Maybe we should just roll in some canisters of nerve gas and take them all out. Be a little bit safer on our end.
If only it were that simple. This place is a tropical island. Trees everywhere. There's no way to drop it all in and out. We got to do a surgical strike, my friends.
Have you considered nuking it from orbit?
It's the only way to be sure.
Point Nemo holds is of a high interest to both governments. To destroy it by nuke is just out of the question, people.
Well, with I know Jazz Hand and I could have dealt with situations like this. We'll be fine. I think the rest of you look capable. I sort of side eye Red Shirt. I think we'll be fine.
All right. As with that, you can feel the sub pressurize as if it's hitting the surface. You know darn well that you're in the middle of the ocean. There shouldn't be anything with you, but the nuclear hum stops and the hatch opens. Dag Nasty motions for you to exit. All right, people, get out. And once you come out of the sub, you find yourself in a underground dock, and you hear somebody over some speakers say, I guess the can of sardines we ordered just arrived. Welcome to the island, ladies and germs. Step back and I'll open it up for you.
Hey, Roger.
Forgot about that.
So yeah, you guys are in a moon pool. It's a 50 by 50 underground converted airplane hangar, complete with 2 docking stations for your mini subs. It's got a 20 by 50 loading dock and a 10 by 20 ship's dock running down the middle of the pool. There's a large bank vault style door in the north wall, which is currently closed. Above that door, you see a security camera. You hear its gears grind as it slowly swivels back and forth. Next to it is a big speaker that looks like something you'd see in an old church or supermarket. The loading dock, as well as the rest of the structure, is securely built with steel, while the dock leading to the subs is made of wooden planks. You can feel it gently move with the motion of the water. The air is stale, humid. It's a mixture of salt water and pennies. There's slimy green sheen on everything.
That's pretty rank.
You hear like the bubbling of the water behind you, and then you notice that the door begins to open as the water behind you becomes choppy. You hear the sub rock and bump against the dock, and then a high-pitched, distorted voice screams over the loudspeaker, "Oh my God, look out behind you!" You turn around and see it happen, but it's already too late. 2 long, spiked red tentacles have wrapped themselves around Red Shirt's body. His eyes go wide with surprise. Powerless, he lets out a terrified wail before being dragged down into the dark water. And then the vault door slams shut as 10 of these tentacles pop out of the water. What do you do? As Red Shirt is screaming, you see Red Shirt like blah. He starts screaming, Gandalf, Legolas, as if he's Frodo in the beginning of the Lord of the Rings, being pulled under.
I would like to shoot my rifle at one of the tentacles holding Red Shirt, and also try to get to higher ground, like sort of at the same. Because did you say there's sort of like an upper level?
Yeah. So like you'd be on the docks. I guess they would like connect to kind of the more steel, secure area.
Yeah. So shoot and try to get to higher ground.
And you're shooting your rifle?
My rifle, yes.
All right. What is everybody else up to?
My character sheet says I'm from Texas, so clearly I've done some rope work before. I have 297 feet. I'll cut off a length of, say, 12 feet with my K-bar. And I will try to tie up as many tentacles together as I can grab.
Oh, raising roping them, huh?
I don't think I can keep up with the drawl, but I guess Avivi speaks with a slight drawl.
How about Boom Boom?
Well, is there like a main tentacle mass, or just we just see a whole bunch of?
You just see just 10 tentacles. You can't, you can't see where they're coming from. You can't see what they're attached to. You don't know if it's one creature, 2 creatures, 10 creatures. No idea.
Yeah, just like Matt last time. When I say duck, I mean duck, and then he just clicks back his MGL grenade launcher, picks a further away tentacle, and launches an explosive round. I'm gonna get a feel of them. Yeah.
All right. How about Swan?
Swan's pulling out his M4 rifle and he's going to fire off shots at some of the tentacles there. He's also going to look back and see if there are any either watercraft or land vehicles that we might want to be escaping in.
No, this is just like a kind of closed off area. Yeah. The only other vehicle in here is the sub. And the only
I don't
other
like
thing,
that vehicle. It doesn't.
There's some fuel and stuff in the barrels in the corner, but otherwise it's just a big door and nothing else. Jazz hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find a place to take a little bit of cover, and I'm gonna take my M4 rifle off my shoulder and kind of position myself steady where I can just take pot shots at the tentacle that is holding on to our dear red shirt.
And finally, Chatterbox, and I'm just going in order of everybody, so it's not like anybody's more important or less important. Just
no, it's okay. I'm least important. Sorry.
No, you're the most important.
I'm above red shirt.
You're above red shirt. Red shirt just screams it.
I think getting out that M4 rifle is a great idea. I'm gonna shoot at some of those tentacles.
All right, so hard ass and jazz hands start moving back. Chatterbox and Swan start, firing off. Meanwhile, Vasquez he cuts the rope. But before all that happens, let's get that boom boom going. Boom. Of course, Chad disappeared on us. So let's do Emily and let's do Chatterbox and Swan. Do your pot shots at some. So as you know, it's an automatic hits. Just roll the damages.
Right. Okay. That's right. And then I wrote this down.
D10 minus I think
2.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so I got a 7.
All right. You notice I don't know, like just blood and goo. It just doesn't look natural. There's as this, one of them starts writhing in the water. Swan.
Rolled a 10, so it's 8 points of damage.
Same thing as you're just popping away, pop, pop, pop. And at this point, the boom boom goes off. There's Chad.
Oh, sorry. Yes. All right. He's rolling his explosive. That's 7 plus 4, 11 points of explosive damage.
All right. Let me, I'm going to roll a D10 here to see how many you hit. I think that's fair. There's 10 things. Got a big explosion. Let me get a D10 out here. Oh, man. This is a small area. Boom. They hit them all.
Huh.
What was the damage on it?
11.
11.
So that's your basic 111 damage.
I mean, at that point, they all they all blow up. Just they all start writhing, blowing up, and the tentacles, they splash down into the water. And at this point, a big a black ink just starts pouring out into all the water beneath you. A pool of blood and black darking appear at the surface of the water. you hope and you pray that whatever this thing was got killed by this, but
Did Redshirt miraculously escape explosive damage?
I didn't realize this is one of the. I still had one of those green depleted uranium rounds from the last mission. I forgot to unload it. That was bigger than I thought. Is he alive?
Unfortunately, you're like red shirt. This is dag nasty. God damn it.
Well, the senator's going to be pissed.
Well, frankly, I don't know if he's going to be that pissed. Hell, he knew what he was getting into. Hell, you all do.
I mean, I don't know if any of us knew we were getting into 10 tentacles from a giant squid potentially trying to eat us, but if Redshirt knew, he had a better briefing than I did.
Well, shit, I just meant dying for Uncle Sam as part of the job, dying for your country, right?
Yes.
Boom, boom. I forgot how much fun you could be when we aren't around civilians.
Right. Or flammable targets.
I mean, I don't know that I would put dying for my country as priority number one necessarily, but I mean,
What the hell are you doing this outfit then, jazz hands?
Hey, I mean,
especially with well, shit, I was gonna make a joke and I can't remember his name. Colonel
Richard
or Ivan Drago over here is one of our
Scorpion
mission leads.
hey, that's a good one. That's a good one, hot ass. I mean, sir. I mean, hot ass.
Well, as the great Ivan Drago said, if he dies, he dies.
Yeah, and he was the bad guy.
Was
That's
he?
What I'm saying.
He was the bad guy in the tragic telling of American aggression.
Question for the game runner.
Yes.
Could I have I would like to, if possible, be able to have a passive action instead of just saying I'm going to do it in every different room we go in. Could we just say that I'm always on the lookout for some duct tape or electrical tape? Can we say that?
Could you tell me a reason why that would be? What's
yes,
the story behind that?
Because well, you see, I like to make stuff. I'm kind of a creative private, I find that I do better with my own homegrown version of weapons,
And I gotta say, Jazz Hands got me this cool duct tape wallet for Christmas last year, which is nice.
I mean, I'm crafty. What can I say?
Yeah. I mean, Redshirt down there, I remember he had that standard issue Greenhorn pack. And if I remember from boot camp, there's a roll of duct tape in there, but you'd have to dive down into that inky nonsense.
I mean, the sticky stuff's probably no good by now anyway, though. Boom. Boom Boom? That's what he called you? Do I know Boom Boom or not really?
Yeah, I think our or our nicknames are well established. Boom Boom is
okay.
Well, you're probably right. He scratches his head. You notice on his left hand, Boom Boom's only got a thumb and a middle finger.
Is it if you only have two fingers, is it still a middle finger, or is it just like a side finger?
Yeah, it's the finger.
All right. At this point, the door, that big garage door, starts to open once again, and the voice comes back over the loudspeaker. Hey, yeah, sorry about that, guys. We're under strict orders not to allow anything to breach the perimeter. We figured you had it under control.
Boom Boom did, yeah.
You're going to need to call in the janitor next.
So it opens up into a 40 by 40 foot storage staging area. It's compression sealed metal, 20 by 30 foot door on the north wall. So on the opposite where you entered. It opens from right to left. The room is currently occupied by forklifts, 2 forklifts, a scissor lift, and various supply crates scattered throughout. There are large industrial fans hanging from the ceiling, though they don't do much to cool the room. The entire place smells like wet wood and gun oil. The floor is concrete with steel rails pinstriping it from north to south. The door behind you closes with a final sounding clang after you all enter the room. And from behind one of the crates appears a man with horn-rimmed glasses sliding down the tip of his nose and a clipboard in his hand. Man, I tell you, I've seen some weird stuff on this island, but I've never seen whatever the hell that was, he says as he waves you over to the stack of crates he's tending to. I'm Terwin Forrester. Welcome to the general store. Let me know if you need anything. We got guns, knives, bombs, suntan lotion, cigarettes. What's your poison?
Hey, you got any duct tape?
I got duct tape. Yeah, I got duct tape. I got rolls of this stuff. So much.
Let me
rolls.
get let me get like 3 rolls of duct tape and maybe a couple of electrical tape if you got that too.
Sure. Hey, anybody want any cold beers? Wink, wink. What do you say? I got it all. What do you want?
Yeah. Is that plastic explosive I see over there? Oh. I mean, yeah, and he's eyeing whatever explosives were mentioned.
Well, I can get you, I can get some flare guns. You notice there's like a crate off to the side covering up a tarp, and that there's my private reserve. What else? What else you guys want?
Somebody else, go ahead.
If we're headed into the jungle, I want bug spray.
Yeah, bug spray. Sure, of course. He tosses you some. Yeah, you guys gonna need some iodine pills, right? Always. He gives each of you a pack, so you guys got 5 iodine pills. Yeah. Listen, I can get you the tape. I don't know about the. Here's some C4 for you. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I heard that right. C4. Here's your detonation cord. It's all good.
Awesome. I promise to use this, responsibly.
Hey, just don't use it by me, I guess is what that sounds like.
You got any lighters or nails?
Yeah. Here's some lighters. You need some fluids for it. Here you go. He like pops it in your hand.
How about some nails?
Yeah, sure. You get nails. What are you building a house out here in this radiated island? All right.
I don't think you need to worry about that. Thanks.
Well, welcome to Point Nemo and all that. Welcome to Point Nemo.
Well, we're all pretty much just carrying our standard loadout, which gives us 65 pounds of ammunition that we can each carry. So stock up.
All right. Anybody else looking for anything? Anything from Mr. Forrester here?
Camo specifically for this island. Do you have any different colors that comes in? And we can mix it with the bug spray and.
Yeah, you get yourself all made up there, huh, honey?
He gets a backhand.
Bro, Jesus Christ. Sorry about
Sergeant.
that.
My name is Sergeant.
All right, Sergeant. Sorry about that. Welcome to Point Nemo. Can I do anything for anybody else?
You got any knockoff Ray-Bans or something? If
knockoff, I got the real deal. Got the real deal, buddy. Here you go.
I asked for the knockoffs because I figured you didn't have the real deal. If you have the real deal, I take the real deal. Yeah, need something to keep the glare out of my eyes. If I can find some wheels on this hunk of rock.
You never know what you're gonna find up here.
Why don't we just ask for a Jeep? Do we have a Jeep?
Well, I mean, I don't know about it.
I raise an eyebrow at Dag Nasty. What's our budget on this one?
Well, let's talk to let's get to let's get to our CO and find out more about this. All right.
Okay, well,
You guys,
I
you
guess
guys
we'll
load
take
up,
the-
get what you want. All right.
We'll take
One-
those beers to go then.
One more
After the
thing.
mission.
One more thing. You got any of those what do you call them? The racket balls, the small rubber balls?
You got a dog in there? I'm not. I didn't know that you guys are here to sport around. You want the racket to go with it?
I got some ideas.
I don't know. Let me roll. Let me look around here. Let me see what I got. Rubber balls. Hey, look at this. Hey, here you go. Look what I just found. Maybe some of the boys were playing toss or something. I don't know. Here you go.
Excellent. How many?
He's got a pack of 3, like one of those 3-pack tubes.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
What is going on in Bill's head?
That's exactly like rubber balls, nails, duct tape.
So you
You
So,
know me,
like-
I got rubber balls and liquor, apparently. you
So
know
it's
that
like-
old joke. You know that old joke, am I right?
I stand over. I just kind of casually stand over next to hard ass, and these are longer nails. In case I didn't specify,
Sure.
and I start to shove them. I start to shove them through the racquetball as I'm just standing there, like kind of leaning, like standing next to hard ass, just kind of looking around, like I'm doing it real nonchalant. That's all.
All right.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Boom Boom takes notice to what Jazz Hands is doing and be like, "Yeah, let me know when you want to make that thing really fly." And that's all.
All
Yeah.
right. At this point,
Yeah.
speaker. Go ahead.
I'm just out of game. I'm out of game. I'm building a throwable is what I'm doing. Just I'll give more details as when the time comes.
Gonna bounce right back at you.
At this
I-
point,
It's
Go
gonna stick, Saj. It's gonna stick. Don't all respect, don't worry about it.
all right. The speaker crackles to life, and you hear a gravelly voice say, "All right, ladies, if you're all done making friends and raiding my pantry, would you please make your way into my office so we can get down to business?" At this point, the opposite door opens, and you're hit by a cool, refreshing breeze. And it opens up into a 60 by 60-foot warehouse area complete with a pop-up roofless office space. Closed circuit camera observation area with several TV screens, a kitchen, an indoor outhouse, and cot space for 4. There's a 20 by 20 reinforced garage-style door that exits to the tunnel on the east wall. Next to it is a standard 3 by 7 metal door that opens inward that is currently welded shut. On the other side of the door is a 40, you don't know what's on the other side of that door. I don't know why they're telling me that. The floor is poured concrete with white tile in the kitchen area. There's a cool breeze and you hear a familiar song. It takes a second, but then the chorus swells and it's unmistakably Take Me Home Country Roads by John Denver. In the distance stands an older man wearing full military regalia. He has one eye trained on the CCTV monitors in the corner, the other hand keeps looking down at a clipboard in his hand. Pushes a pair of cheaters up his nose, glances in your direction and says, "We're on the clock here, people," and he waves you into his office. This is Colonel Jack Fox, as you could tell by the name tag on his door. He's a middle-aged man with white hair. He's got an athletic build that, looks pretty tough even for his, middle-agedness. He's got more medals than all of you combined. And, possibly more. All right, thanks for coming. I take it you've been briefed by about our current situation.
Yes, sir.
Well, the Amphicura running amok topside, and I know I don't have the clearance to ask what your course of action is. I've just been told by the higher-ups that we're in good hands. And at this point, you hear some banging on the door that's been welded shut. I'd give you the nickel tour, but I know you won't be making it back this way. I'm going to send you guys. There's a tunnel on the other side of this door. That's the way you're going in there. That's the way you get topside.
Well, at least topside, there won't be any more of those tentacles.
Yeah. The other side of this door is the access tunnel. The freight elevator will take you there. That scratching here on the other side, those are those fish fingers. You're going to have to clear them out before you get to that elevator. Just saying.
Well, since we're all now carrying 65 pounds of ammo, I think we can safely say that a lot of that is for our own guns, and everyone's carrying spare rounds for the grenade launcher. So I think we can take care of that. As far as fish fingers go.
You tell me when you're ready, gentlemen. I'm going to get Forrest here to unweld this door. Get you on the other side. I'll tell you, I'm going to be deep in my office with my head down. You better not let any of these fish people past you. That's all I'm saying.
Now, is there's something we can put Swan on? He's referring to wheels.
I mean, there might be some up at the bases up top. You might be able to requisition something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the hell's going on up there. Things have gotten a little dicey as of recently.
It's got wheels that can be requisitioned. Let's just say that.
As I said, that's up to the higher ups in you. I got nothing. I control this area down here. This is my lair. Once you're past these doors, I'm welding them shut again. That's all I'm saying. So make your way out and don't expect to come back this way. You hear me?
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
So what I'd like to take the so I've got the racquetball ball with a bunch of nails in it. And I want to take the duct tape and I want to really quick try to wrap it pierce it through the nails, wrap it, but make it so it's got the spike ball is here and then there's a handle of tape kind of down here. So I can essentially kind of and then throw it like that.
All right, why don't you give me do a brains check for me? Roll against your brains to see what kind of.
And what remind me about rolling in this game again, please?
So it's a D10. You want to meet or get under it?
Meet or get under it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Sweet. My brains is a 7. I got a 6.
All right. Very good. Yeah. I mean, you think it's going to work just as you want it to.
Sweet. Yeah. So I just kind of have that at the ready in my throw in hand.
All right, ladies. Anything else before we get this thing opened up?
Let's open it up. Let's do this.
He does a whistle, and you notice there's some other guys from the kitchen, some other soldiers, and they start getting their guns ready, and they just over your, you can feel them over your shoulder, just pointed in on that door that goes to the hallway. Forrester comes in with a welder. All right, Forrester, get the welder and pop this cap off this sumbitch. Our guests are due poolside. Now remember, you got 100-foot you got 100 feet tunnel to that freight elevator. That'll take you up topside. All right. Watch out for the fish folk. And Forrester starts well. He's like, "Oh, I don't envy you guys. I'll tell you that. I like it down here. I mean, the air's kind of thin, and I haven't seen the sun for a couple of weeks. But, ooh, those fish guys. They stink and they're dangerous. He unwells, and at this point, the scratching and banging on the other side abruptly stop. he exhales like, whew. All right, I'm opening the door. You all ready?
Just crack it a little bit because it's time for a fish fry. And I pulled a pin on a grenade. I'm not going to milk the spoon. I'm just going to toss it in as soon as he cracks the door.
All right, he pops up. Good luck. And he pops it open a crack. And it's eerily quiet on the other side.
Until the bang.
Until the bang, sure. So you toss a grenade in there? Is that
right? As soon as the bang goes off, the door should completely open, and we should go in. I mean, while we have the shock and awe of the explosion.
Sure. So yeah,
I'm going in. I should say I will.
I'm following you. I got your 6.
M4 is up.
All right. Boom. The thing blows up. You enter a tunnel that's 20 by 100 feet. It's broken at parts and lined with some industrial panel lights. Obviously the ones now in the first 10 feet or so are now completely dead and blown up thanks to the grenade. A little further down, you see a couple more flickering, that industrial flickering of light is just very, it's almost giving you a headache from it. You see all the way down, 100 feet down, you see a staging area. You see the elevator. You also see a ladder next to it. It's really quiet in here, except for an echo that bounces off the flat gray painted lead-lined walls. The lead paint is chipped, but still doing a serviceable job of shielding you from radiation, but not fully. You feel slightly queasy when you enter the tunnel, partly from the radiation and partly from the hospital-style lighting. It's hotter, 15 degrees
but
hotter.
Mostly from the dead fish creatures that are blown up and whose guts are spread all over the place.
Mostly from the fish. It's hotter, 15 degrees hotter here than it was in the office, and the air is rife with the stench of mold and just the fishiness of fish. Somewhere in that tunnel, you can hear the faint squishing sounds. It's wet and gross, but because the sound is bouncing everywhere, you can't pinpoint where or what it is. But yeah, it is. Otherwise, it's quiet and you don't see anything going on here. What are you guys doing?
But we can see though. It's lit.
Yeah,
past the first 10 feet.
Yeah, I mean it's like a flickering light. So every time it flickers, you kind of see what's down the way. But you don't see any figures or anything in the, as it were.
I'm going to proceed toward what I think the end of the tunnel, I think would be the freight elevator. I am ready for any time something crosses the front sight post, it's going to get a double tap from my M4.
All right. Who's moving up with VV? Liz?
I am as well. Same deal. M4 raised.
So I got VV and hard ass. Who's in the middle and who's taking up the rear? I think you guys go 2 by 2.
I'll be in the middle.
Boom Boom's usually towards the back, and he says, "All right, red shirt, you want healed? You stick with me." Oh, he looks behind him. Oh shit! Yeah.
You already lost red shirt. All right, about 20 feet in, you notice there's a crack in the wall with something gray and slimy oozing out of it.
Actively oozing or just kind of drip?
It's like an active, like drip. It is like There's something like pouring, like it's oozing out of this wall right currently. Yeah, as you speak.
I guess it's too late to go back and get a flamethrower. Okay, I guess I'll use the K bar to like probe the drippy goo. Is it how big is this crevice?
It's pretty big. It's like almost like a half a foot, a couple inches crack wide.
All right, but at least not big enough for a humanoid to get through.
No, not for a humanoid, but as you get closer, something else is there, and it is a giant leech leaps out and latches onto you. It is about a foot long, and it jumps out and starts sucking your blood from what you're exposed, whatever exposed skin you have. As you feel it, and you take 1 luck point of damage as this thing starts sucking away at you, and more of these leeches start clawing out of the thing.
It's a Jade Sniper. Get it.
1 luck point. Okay. Since I got my K bar in hand and I get a +2 on melee attacks, I mean a +2 damage. You said.
Yep.
So that's a -2 total. I'll just be like trying to scrape this thing off of me with the K bar.
Roll the damage as you make a so roll it.
Okay, I got a 3, so -2 is just 1.
It's good. It's enough to get you slurp it off, and like this just blood just starts pouring out of you. Make yourself a guts check.
Guts check. I got a 10 out of 5.
All right. Keep that in mind that you've had 1 failed guts check. Let me know if you ever reach 3 failed guts checks after I've asked you for a gut check.
Okay.
So you have 1 failed gut check as you start bleeding, and just more of these leeches start pouring out of this hole. What do you guys do?
No one has a flamethrower.
You don't want my flames right now. You guys better be tactical. I'll be ready to patch them up if needed.
Yeah, I guess I'll be like Bishop in Aliens with my knife and just start.
Just start stabbing.
Yeah. I will stab the leeches.
Anyone else?
I want to stomp on any leeches that are getting onto the floor. Boom, boom, boom.
Chatterbox is stomping. Hard ass is stabbing. What's everyone else doing?
So we got some leeches and stuff hanging out on the ground.
Yeah, they're starting to pour out of this crack in the wall.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take the lighter, and I'm going to take the lighter fluid, and I'm going to light the lighter, and then I'm going to squirt out of the can the lighter fluid so it shoots directly at the crack in the wall with all the leeches.
Yep. Now that is a great plan. And I love it.
And that would be +2 to damage with improvised weapons on that one.
Sounds good to me. I would like I would like Chatterbox and Hardass to make a I guess an action roll. You're going up there, you start stabbing, and all of a sudden Jazz Hands there like spitting flames out at you as you guys are getting close in.
Uh-oh, I rolled a 9.
Oh, snap.
I rolled
I
a
did not
10.
pass.
Oh, snap. All right. Well.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry, shit.
All right, so the two of you are going to take 4 luck points of damage as your arms catch on fire.
Hot, 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 hot.
Oh,
But you hear like the sizzling and popping of these leeches as they're pop, 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 and it smells disgusting, but not as bad as the fish odor that is now wafting from behind you. And you turn around and see 6 of these fish creatures coming out of the elevator towards you, carrying spears and machetes, makeshift machetes. And they start burbling in this fish language that you do not understand whatsoever.
We got company. They're down like the opposite corridor. What did you describe? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like you're like in the first 20 feet of the hallway, and like 80 feet down where the elevator is, that's where these fish creatures are coming down.
that was the elevator we were heading towards, or the elevator?
Yeah.
Okay. It's blurry. We can't see it.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, hopefully Jazz Hands can take care of these leeches and we'll start popping off these creatures.
Yes,
what you're looking at.
Velasquez has the M4 and a Ranger sling, so it's easy to bring to bear. Just sheath the knife and bring up the M4 and start 3-round bursting.
All right. I'm sorry, V. What are you doing? You're just starting. Basically,
yeah.
you get 2 attacks per round if you're not moving at all.
Not moving. I am sheath the knife. The M4 is in the Ranger sling, so I can bring it up quickly. And just 3-round bursts. I'll do 2 attacks, then 2 of those.
I'm doing the exact same thing.
Boom, boom. Got another grenade. Wait for you.
They're close to the elevator, which if we're my assumption is we need to make it to the end of this hallway and get through that elevator.
That was the plan. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't blow the doors off that thing if we're trying to operate it. So he'll load a round of buckshot in. I'm assuming he's got to be a little closer for that. So he'll sprint up towards the front there, kneel down and fire a buckshot round out of his grenade launcher.
Swanee. Swan, Jazz Hands, Chatterbox, what are you guys up to? There's 6 of these fish creatures are starting to head your way.
Oh, Swan's.
I'm just gonna.
Swan's pulling the M4 and firing down at these fish creatures, just sort of spray and play.
Same.
Spray and pray, not play.
Samesies.
So it sounds like everybody's just, let's go with Boom Boom because as he's moving up. Well, no, actually, Boom Boom's moving up while everybody else is unloading behind him. So let's everybody pop off their shots. Everyone besides Boom Boom pop off their shots with their
So
their
2
rifles.
2 attacks is what you said?
Yeah. And tell me, so there's 6 altogether. Tell me if you're shooting 1 or if you're shooting 2. Tell me what you're up to.
I'm shooting the same one twice.
All right, hard ass.
The first one does no damage. The second burst does 6 points of damage.
All right, so you notice the first one, ricochets off the wall, but the second one takes it right in the head and it drops. Boom, Vivi, what's your 2 shots do?
I'm doing 2 on the same fishman. What was the M4 again? Is that -2?
Yes.
I believe so, yes.
Yes.
First shot takes 8 points of damage. The second shot just 1.
It does not. The second shot, like you hit it in the head, and the second shot blasts it backwards as it's already dead. Swan.
4 and 8 for Swan.
this thing, gets blasted back and then falls to the ground. Jazz hands.
Yeah. I'm unloading my rifle on the same one. 2 shots, 5 damage and 3 damage.
It takes it to the leg. It drops down to one knee and it looks up at you like about to scream as you shoot it into its head. Boom! And it
Hell
drops. Yeah. Chatterbox.
Hell yeah.
2 at the same one. I got an 8 and then a 2.
Boom! This one, the first shot spins it around completely, and then boom, just blows his chest out and it falls flat on his face. Boom! As you're moving up to shoot the buckshot, there's just the 2 left as your partners have boom, taking the other 2 down.
So he carefully aims.
Or the other 4 down, yeah.
Knowing that it's kind of like a spread, and tries to hit them both, if that's a thing. Oh. So what's a 2 with a -3? What's that equate?
That's just 0, so nothing it's a miss.
All right. Too loose of a spread.
So yeah, like you walk up to shoot the buckshot, and like they both duck out of the way as it blows up behind them, and you hear glass shattering as it shatters some of the things, the light bulbs ahead of you. These 2 last Amphicura, they're gonna throw spears at you guys. Let me see who's gonna take a spear.
I mean, I did say I was going further up.
Well, in that case, one is just gonna attack you with the machete.
Ooh.
Oh.
So one comes up and just chops down on you. You are going to take 1 luck point of damage as it slashes at you, and then the other one's going to throw a thing. And I need not 6, I need a 5. So that's 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chatterbox, you're on my list. The spear comes flying at you, and you are going to take 6 luck points as it nearly impales you. It's a thunk.
Oof.
Next round, you hear, you see 2 more of these fish creatures come behind you, and behind him, behind these 2 is an even bigger one. And this guy, he's got leeches like already sticking to his body, and he looks like a nasty creature, like he's leading the pack, and he just grunts and tosses. You see a leech toss, and it like lands right in front of you with these 1-foot leeches, and starts moving its way towards you. What's everybody doing?
Stomping on a leech.
I'm shooting the leech infested creature.
Same, staying back. Vivi's running up to stomp on a leech. Boom, what are you doing? There are now 4 of these grunts and 1 of these this leech covered leader. And the one is slashing at you with his machete.
So he'll, I guess, he's close range. He can't really fire anything. So he's going to go with his K-bar at the guy slashing at him.
All right. Swan.
Swan's going to continue to fire at the fish people. The additional ones that came up down there.
All right. Chatterbox.
That spear like still by me, right?
Yeah, like they're still up, and they're moving in with the machete to come at you.
All right, yeah. So I want to pick up that spear and charge at the fish person in front of me.
Oh, all right. All right, and then Jazz Hands, what are you up to?
So this big one's running towards us, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's staying back, chucking leeches at you.
Oh, okay. I would assume I still have some lighter fluid left, hopefully.
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to take that thing that I built. I'm going to squirt some lighter fluid onto it. I'm going to light it, And then I'm gonna spin it and I'm gonna fling it at that big ass thing. Try to hit him in his face.
I love it. All right, Vivi, squash that leech. Roll it. Roll like I'm guessing a melee, so that's -6.
That's a 0 then.
Well, shit. You
This
go to
thing is-
stomp.
This thing is squishy.
You.
Oh, I get +2 in melee damage.
Okay.
So that's 2 damage.
Yay.
It like rears up and like it almost jumps up like you're about to launch on it, and you manage to step on it and squish it before it connects with you. Hardass, you were shooting at the big creature, right?
Yep. I got 2 damage on my first burst and 7 on my second burst.
That just some of the leeches on it start popping from the bullet hits, and it takes a couple hits. Boom boom, stab the guy in front of you.
All right. Oh, 1 point of damage.
Is that both hits?
Nope. Sorry.
Do another, like it's a quick stab.
Another 1 point of damage. You guys better finish this off because I'm going to load an explosive round after this, and we're all going to pay for it.
Yeah, you guys are like basically struggling back and forth. This is like it's very much like a Star Trek. Kirk and like you're circling each other with like these knives and like going and stabbing and cutting and stabbing. Swan, you were just shooting at some of the creatures. Go ahead and are you shooting 1, 2? What are you shooting at, Swan?
He's gonna concentrate on just one. See if he can take another one down here.
Make it happen.
2 shots again. Yes.
Yep.
Somehow the same numbers. 2 and 8. I'm sorry, 4 and 8. 4 and 8 points of damage.
Yeah, another one drops as Swan takes out the bullets. Just the flash of the light is almost blinding, and everybody's ears are ringing in these close quarters as all these guns are going off. Chatterbox, take your spear. Your spear is going to do is -4 to stab.
All right,
Damage.
that makes it a 1 point of damage.
You stab the one. It like you stab it and then it grabs it and pulls it closer as it goes in with a machete. But Jazz Hands will do your makeshift bomb here on the big guy.
Yeah, I rolled. With my +2 to damage with improvised weapons, I rolled a 10 for damage.
Nice.
All
So
right.
I'm assuming it's a single die because it's one thing that hits him.
Yeah,
right? So-
yeah. No, that's
yeah.
I like you like it. You like light it on fire and whip it. Is that?
And then I just a couple really quick ones because I don't want to put the fire out, right? So by doing it too much, so I just want to get a little centrifugal force, spin it a few times, and then whip it and try to hit this thing and looking to hit it in the face.
Oh, it like lodges into like his shoulder,
Hell yeah.
and it's just like
And it's just burning and
like
stabbing and stuff.
just it's a fish fry. It's leeches. It's smell.
Yeah.
It's all getting in there. We've got 2 of these creatures left, or no, 3 of these creatures left, and the big guy still left. The big thing just he takes one of these leeches, just rips it off his own body and slaps it onto the fiery rubber ball on his body, and just you hear the sizzling pop of this leech as the thing goes on, and you just see his green red blood just pouring out. We've got a machete on Chatterbox. Oh, that's gonna be 7 luck points on Chatterbox's. You pull the spear in and it just slashes at you. Boom boom. God damn, I'm rolling high. Same thing. 7 points of damage on boom boom as this thing slices at you. And final round. Let's see, or next round, I should say. What are we doing?
2 attacks
There
with
are-
the M4 on the big guy. How many leeches did he have left?
His body is just like riddled with them. Like he's got plenty of them.
Then definitely gonna shoot at him twice.
Hard ass.
There's somebody on top of Chatterbox, right?
Yeah, Chatterbox and
Yes.
Boom Boom are engaged melee with.
I would
with
like
the-
to take a shot at one on Boom Boom's guy and one on Chatterbox's guy.
All right, let's go with that. Let's see where we go for what happens here. Vivi, make your shot on the big guy.
8 damage and 5 damage.
This guy drops, his head explodes, and the leeches just start, more like all the leeches just like his head explodes and all the leeches start moving up the body where the blood is just start coming out and just feasting away. Hard ass, take your 2 shots.
All right, the one on Boom Boom is 8 points of damage. And the one on Chatterbox is 2 points of damage.
All right, Boom Boom. You see the one reaching up to slash you with his thing, and his head explodes and it drops behind you. Chatterbox, the one hits you, blood splatters on your face, but it's still up. Swan, Jazz Hand, and Chatterbox, and Boom Boom. Tell me what you guys are doing. There's 2 left.
One of them's a big guy.
No, the big guy's down. There's just 2 grunts left. One is on Chatterbox. The other one is just hanging out.
I'm gonna shoot the one that's on Chatterbox. Rifle, 2 shots. Yeah.
Sure.
And that's not great. That's gonna be 4 damage total.
It's enough. It goes to like slash at Chatterbox and like just falls on you, but just is dead as you're like holding this body up as it's like, oh, it's just blood and guts as falling on it as it dies. Swan, last one.
2 shots with the M4. Boom, boom. Oh gosh, those were 2 1s on the dice.
Oh snap!
Oh no.
I've been doing so good all night.
There's one left. Chatterbox. Are you gonna, like as you push the one away, you see the one with a frenzy in his eyes dodging Swan these bullets.
Yeah, push him off, and I shoot him with my M4.
Do it.
Oh no, where are my dice? Okay, there they are. Oh right, that is a 2 and a 0.
All right, it's gonna run up. Shit.
Boom Boom didn't go.
Oh, Boom Boom, go for it. Tell me what you're doing, Boom Boom. This
He
last
doesn't-
one has got a
Ooh.
vengeance in his eyes.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get anywhere near close to it. So Boom Boom just he's about 10 feet away because he was by the other one. Grabs his K-bar knife by the back and just whips it.
Do it.
That'd be 1 attack because I only got the 1 K-bar.
Right, makes sense.
It's 1 point.
No.
All right, it is gonna run up to. Let's see. I got VV up there. Moon's Bell. Swan. Let's go. Let's roll. See what we do. It looks like it's going after Chatterbox. Let's see what happens. Oh, it like goes to attack you, but the knife like hits its hand and it's unable to hit the machete. It scratches off the wall. Final round. Finish this guy off. What are we doing? Shoot it. Just roll it. Roll the damage.
Pulling out my.
Unless anybody wants something special, tell me.
I
Tell me
pull
you
out
want
my-
something special.
I pull out my pistol and just take a couple shots real quick. That works out to be better. 4, 7. That's 11 damage.
Yeah, so you swing your thing around, boom, boom, and then it drops, slumped against the wall, dead. Ears
Nice.
are ringing. The smell of gun oil and smoke is in the air, and just you don't even want to know that other smell. Like you're trying to cling on to that cordite of the bullet smell, and we're going, okay, that's what I want to smell because I don't want to smell whatever. I don't want to know whatever's coming out of these creatures is. Ooh, it's not good. It is not good at all. But yeah, now like you take stock and you look around and it's quiet now. The leeches are burning. The fish people are dead, and it doesn't seem like anything's going on.
What shape is the elevator in?
Well, you take a look inside and you see that the control panel has been ripped asunder. A lot of the plates on the side have been peeled off.
Boom.
There is an elevator key sticking it like into the busted out control panel, like a key sitting, like you might be able to repair it if somebody's got that skill. Who knows?
I got 5 brains.
I mean, elevators are a type of transportation. What do you know, Swan?
I know I got a toolkit here with some screwdrivers, nut drivers, socket sets, wire cutters, just about anything you need to get anything moving again. So,
Yeah, if you can hotwire a car, you can futz around with these wires.
Otherwise, there is a ladder that seems to also lead up.
No, thanks. I am a climber, so I could, like, if we're worried that the ladder there's something they're watching, I can do my rock climbing and set up a ropes for you guys to ascend.
You
go
tell
ahead
me
and do that. I'm gonna take at least a gander at this elevator and see if it's just a matter of splicing a couple things together, or if it's a little bit more busted up than that.
All right, how about an action roll? I got a 1 out of 8 for climbing.
Yeah, you quickly make your way up the ladder. It is,
I meant for.
sorry,
I
what?
don't trust the ladder. I was gonna set up an alternate route up the elevator shaft.
That's fine. So what are you trying to do? You're trying to go up the elevator shaft? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, if you look at my character sheet, I am a climber. And
Gotcha. So
I would do the lead climb and set up ropes for the others to ascend.
You pop open like a top panel of the elevator and you make your way up. The cable itself seems to be intact, the elevator cable, and you are able to make your way up to the top. There's no stops between, you and the top. There is a hatch all the way up there. Like a double door that you can prop open. And if you need to, you drop a rope down if you need to. Swan, you can roll me a brains check. It's going to be a straight roll.
And Boom Boom collected his K-bar knife that he threw.
Sure.
But roll, do you want to get over or under the number on your sheet?
You want to get under.
Okay, I rolled a 9, so no, this is not a car. I don't know.
Yeah,
they call them elevator cars, but these look nothing like real cars. All right, there's no engine in here. I don't know how you make this go without an engine.
So yeah, as you're like, I'm gonna fire it up. You turn the key and it goes, and it just stalls out. And you're like, shit, I don't know what to do. And at this point, the rope drops that Vivi has dropped down, into like. So you could either take the ladder, you could take the rope that Vivi has dropped down for you. What's it gonna be?
I'm taking the rope.
Yep.
Agreed.
Forget ladders.
Well, this is what they taught you in boot camp, right? Climbing ropes. And that's what you do. You all climb your way up, and Vivi being up top, you pop it open the doors, you pry them open. The sunlight is blinding as you pierce the surface. After you blink away a couple purple splotches from her eyes, the edges of the jungle look the same way it does when you pump gas on a hot day in the summer. Everything is hazy. You felt a little of the radiation in the tunnel, but here you can feel it times 100. You could feel it. You're starting to get kind of woozy and kind of almost nauseous. Jungle trees surround you on all sides, and the buzzing of insects and calls of wildlife echo through the dense canopy. You are on the surface of Point Nemo.
Feels like someone may have already nuked the place. What do you guys think? It's they do some tests around here. I don't know. It's getting kind of hot.
Yeah,
Might
this
be a
ain't
good idea to pop one of these iodine pills. Are these how do these work? What do the instructions say? Is this like after we take damage, or is
No,
this
it
preventative?
It is preventative, so it's basically like pop it or else, almost.
All right.
The general pills, right? Because an iodine pill is usually just a water treatment, but like these are like against radiation and stuff.
Yeah, these
so
are in the
yeah.
Okay.
for when like Fukushima exploded. They gave everybody iodine pills.
Oh,
Your thyroid takes an iodine, and some of the radioactive dust and stuff is radioactive iodine. So they give you iodine, so your thyroid doesn't need iodine, and so that way your body just excretes the radioactive iodine that you pick up rather than storing it in your thyroid.
And that right there is why we play with doctors.
Mhm.
thanks, Professor Swan.
We're not playing doctor. We're
That was a free lesson from Dr. Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Boyd.
I don't know how it works though in game, so I'm just gonna pop one of these without reading any instructions.
Hey, I didn't know how they work in real life. I was like, whatever. That's what they say. So you pop one, you're good.
Yeah, just like in boot camp, they say take
All right.
it, you take it.
Anybody who has suffered any luck damage, you can take this moment to roll a D10 as you get your bearings get that many luck points back.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Hey,
And hell, everybody, you know what? Everybody roll a D10, and you just add that to your luck points because luck points are not. There's not a limit
finite
to them.
resource.
Yeah, no, some people are just lucky, right?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good.
Out of game, as the medic, are other players carrying first aid kits that he could help administer?
Standard loadout, I think.
So we all have
Everybody's got their
one.
own.
We all have one.
Right.
Okay.
So if somebody is wounded, you use his first aid kit on him, so the next guy who's wounded still has one.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm feeling a little better.
While we're like dicking around here, I'm going to put on sunscreen, bug juice, and the local camo colors.
You start marking up your face, spraying yourself on. I mean, the heat it's almost oppressive. It's so hot and humid here. And
we have some sense of where we're going from here. Yes.
Yeah, so you were given a map. You know that you're on the kind of south side of the island, and you want to make it to the north side of the island. However, you know that there is a path that leads up to the U.S. camp. So there's a U.S. base, but then there's a road then from the U.S. base further north to the USSR base or the Russian base at this time. And so like the trees are all around you, but you pop open this hatch, there's not much else to it, but there is like a cutaway clearing, path leading up towards what you assume, is the camp, the US base. And at this point, you hear gunshots coming from where that base is, like a prolonged fire of as if there's some type of military engagement going on.
Any Jeeps or Humvees or anything? Or armored personnel carriers even?
No, nothing around you now, but no, nothing around.
And Scorpion's not with us, correct? He stayed back with Bag Nasty.
They actually come. Both of them come up behind you.
Chatterbox, do you speak Russian? Yes.
Yeah,
say
I
yes.
do.
Ah.
I got Russian. Duh.
So Scorpion dies. We can still talk to the Russian troops.
You notice there's a sign that says Camp Betsy up ahead.
Well, that sounds like the red, white, and blue.
Let's double time it.
Marching order. Say column of twos, 5 meter spread.
Who's calling the marching song?
All right. Well, I'll take point.
Yeah, I don't know if we should be 2 columns when there's actual gunfire going along. We probably want to be a little bit more sneaky, but yes, I will be up front with VV.
Well, I took that as a given.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
be tactical. But, so that we're not all strung out.
VV, what's my accent?
I don't know. I'm supposed to be in a drawl, but I'm not doing it.
It's all gone, man.
VV,
Solid gone.
Yeah, you definitely are the most unseen about us.
So let's head towards the gunshots.
Is that towards Camp Betsy?
Yeah. So you're heading north across the path. You notice that the clearing gets even more clear up ahead, but you see in the jungle brush, you see a chain link fence lying about. As you look through the chain link fence, you see bodies laying about, lifeless and still in the light. At the top of the chain link fence, there are skinny light posts with green bulbs staggered every 10 feet, barbed wire across running in between them. The lights are currently down, but you notice the security pad on a fence door. It's powered on. And beyond the door, you see a soldier holding for cover behind a tent on the other side of the fence. He looks shaken and is clutching his rifle for dear life. So yeah, there's like a fence perimeter, and there's on the other side is a tent and a cowering soldier.
I'll call out to him. The relief column is here. Can you open the gate?
Roll me a charm check.
Should have been Chatterbox. Okay, my charm is 3.
And add 3 to your roll.
Well, I didn't make it, so adding 3 to the roll. I'm supposed to go out and get under 3, right? So I didn't make it.
As you go, he's like, holy shit! And he opens fire on you with his rifle. And
does he hit me? Because I'm hitting the deck.
Let's see. He does.
Stand down, soldier.
He hits you. You take 4 luck points of bang, bang, bang as he shoots at you.
Okay.
And then as he starts shooting you, like he gets up, shoots you, he almost breaks cover, and then he gets shot by enemy fire from somewhere else. Bang, 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 and he gets shot and killed. As you all duck and cover as more bullets are flying. What are you guys doing?
I almost said Skilgar. Boom Boom. Boom Boom is gonna, I'm assuming, know where the fire came from.
Yeah, you could. I mean, it's just coming from more from the north, like further into the perimeter, into the base.
So he's going to load one of his phosphorus rounds, which I'm assuming is the illumination, into the grenade launcher.
Actually, it's the one that fries people.
Oh, sorry. All right. So his illumination round, whatever it may be, it's a glow stick.
So like the flashbang, the big flashing, All right, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I just said illumination, but yeah, he's going to fire it towards where he perceived the threat to come from, and try to illuminate their position.
All right. You shoot. There's a big flash of bright light from that area. Chatterbox, you hear in Russian somebody swearing, like swearing in Russian. What's everybody else? What's everybody else doing?
We don't see anything when the light goes off.
I mean, it's so bright that
Okay.
it's hard to tell. So,
Um,
So just so I know going forward, it's more of a flashbang rather than like a flare.
I mean, I guess I don't know what the difference would be. Like, is it
Flare's like light up the whole thing like a spotlight.
I would think it's more like a blinding kind of.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it could be a I don't know. What do you want it to be?
Well, I
tell me.
pictured-
You tell
I
me what you
pictured
want it
it
to be.
being like a flare, so it
Okay.
lit up the whole hillside up
Okay.
from the fence that they're at, and wherever they were fired upon. We now like see it like it's got a spotlight on it, so to speak.
Fair enough. At that point, in that case, you see a man with a sniper rifle up in a tree on almost like the opposite side of the camp. But the camp itself, there's there's a big, basically there's some a barracks. There's a 6 by 6 tent in the middle with plastic windows and doors on the north and east side. There is a parking area for Humvees to the southwest. There are 2 of them there. There are vehicle parts laid nearby. There is a latrine there. And there's just bodies about. But otherwise, I mean, like you see this guy up in trees, basically on the opposite end, before he ducks down into the jungle after being seen.
Bogey southwest.
He's a sniper. Is that our target?
I'm guessing. Let's
He hit that guard pretty square.
get after him.
You guys got to make your way into the basin, or I assume. I mean, you tell me, or do you want to try to go around in the jungle?
I mean, he did flee pretty fast. Maybe Swan, you think he can catch up? We get one of those Humvees.
You give me one of those Humvees, we'll get him. We gotta lay down some little bit of cover fire, maybe making our way down to that Humvee, because that sniper could be setting back up there, and we're sitting ducks out here.
Yeah, I could set down some cover fire, so you could get down there.
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
All right. So how are you getting through the door here? It's got a security panel.
I assume Jazz Hands has got something to cut through the fence.
I am going to get a stick and see if the fence is energized. Just because the lights are off doesn't mean anything.
I love the fact that you did that, because as you touch it, boom, the stick flies out of your hand across the room as some type of charge hits it.
Too bad we couldn't get that guy to tell us what the code was. Does he have any sort of key card on him, the dead guy, that I could search to see if there's a way of getting past the?
Well, he was on the other side, unfortunately, of the fence.
Oh, that's right. So
you could try to hotwire it. You could try to bust it down. You tell me.
I
let's
the electricity. I'm not going to try to bust it down.
rig up some explosives and blow a hole through it. Who's our explosives guy? Boom Boom?
Oh, you know it, brother. So he'll grab one, if not all, of the C4
If not all.
that I was given. I don't know how many quantities.
We can resupply in Camp Betsy.
You're right.
We'll allow that.
Maybe.
So he'll grab his plastic brick, put it next to the control box and the locking mechanism, stab the fuse in, and give it a light. Okay. run.
All right, as you're setting up to C4, another shot ricochets off of the fence where you're at. You're gonna take 1 damage as like the bullet like whizzes, like cuts your cheek.
He's
You're
got to
going to
be
have an
on.
attractive scar there.
And then Hardass lays down some more fire as you all duck and run, and boom! With that the fence blows open, and you find yourself you can make your way in.
Double time.
Yeah, now we lay down the suppressing fire to get Swan to the Humvee.
All right, you head your way over to the Humvees, and at this point you see one of these fishmen coming like through the broken gates of the north, coming into the center of town, and he's got like a walkie-talkie that's been duct taped to him. So Jazz Hands, you found some duct tape. as a walkie-talkie is on this fish creature, and coming over the walkie-talkie.
Hello, Americans. I see Colonel Russell has sent more dogs to be put down. Well, good. I'd imagine your country wouldn't send anything but their best at this moment. Most dire. So I will offer you something that I have not offered these other fools, and that is a choice. Walk into the tent, the medical tent over there, and procure the recipe for the UNA, and join my cabal, or die. There really isn't much of a choice when you think about it. For too long we sat idly by, loyal patriots to our countries, while they dealt in secret with our enemies. Countries who demonized us and painted us as villains to the world, all while glad-handing behind closed doors, eating lamb off golden plate as my countrymen starve through nuclear winter. Do you even know whose side you are on anymore? Who you serve? Do you even know what it is you are standing on? This island is $16 billion of super science, brought to you by your Uncle Sam and Mother Russia. This is their bastard child. You don't even know what you are sent here to defend, do you? It is not your God or country, because believe me, if God knew what they created in outer space, he would have sunk this island into the sea long ago. It's certainly not for country. Mine is no more, yours is merely a shell for corporations. No, this is solely for the interest of the powers that be, and those little blue vials of poison sitting in that tent. So you can inject it into soldiers who will die better in manufactured wars. So what do you think, Americans? Whose side are you really on?
This sounds like an excellent opportunity for Dag Nasty to try to counter propaganda us.
And Dag Nasty says, y'all know the mission. You can't listen to any of these lies that this Jade Sniper's telling you. You know the mission. He needs to take you out. Don't worry about what's in that science tent. Don't worry about what he's talking about. He's an enemy. You don't know what he wants to do, what he'll do when he gets what he wants. He's trouble. And at this point, the Amphicura gets shot in the head, blown up, and he drops.
You will have 5 minutes.
Which will take us to 10 o'clock in the end of the night to make your decision.
I mean, if we're in the medical tent, he can't see us with his sniper rifle, so it might at least be something.
Well, we don't know if there's multiples. The sniper round came from a different area than the medical tent, right? Oh, we don't know that.
We don't know what traps are in the medical tent. However, it seems to me that probably the stretch goal of our mission is to rescue any scientific discoveries that may have been made. So before we blow up the medical tent, maybe we should look for like top secret documents that we could recover. And me, as a good soldier, of course, would not be reading any of them.
All right, well,
unless Dag Nasty says otherwise, I'm heading towards a medical tent.
Yeah, I think we need to go in the medical tent.
Yeah, I would follow suit.
so you guys do like the duck and cover as you run, you drop suppressing fire, but yeah, at this point you have no idea where the Jade Sniper is, but you open the door into the medical tent, and what kind of secrets will we learn in the medical tent? Let's find out next week as we get to Rocket to Russia. Continue on next week. I think that was a good ending point. So thank you very much.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
good.
pretty sweet.
Next week, I'm going to try to see if I can actually stay in character.
I just got to see
I'll
what
have a
weird
week
shit
to
I
work
could
on
make.
it.
See, if you never use a voice like I don't ever do, then you never have to worry about screwing up the voice.
That's true.
Be prepared for a completely different accent next
If
week.
you just do the same voice every time, no matter what your character is.
I'm always like in my brain going, I think at one time in my life I was like, oh, if I write down like, oh, this NPC, he has scratchy voice. This NPC has. I don't do that anymore, but I'm like, wouldn't that be genius of me? So I could be like, oh, Dag Nasty always sounds like this. I mean, Jade Sniper and the Scorpion, they're always, it's the return of the terrible Russian accent like we did with Ice Fleet.
Those were good
Okay.
accents.
There you go.
I tried
Right.
that on
With a touch of Strahd.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm a one-trick pony. Let's call it that. Like,
Yeah,
is there a Russian and or Eastern European voice I can use? I'm going to use it. And then
I have a
we'll-
habit of like dropping into Irish, like fake Irish, American Irish.
the Leprechaun Irish.
So I have to like whenever I come up with a voice, I have to like make sure it doesn't switch over.
You'll never get me Lucky Charms.
It's a
Oh,
fine sack of potatoes you got there.
how about a nice pint of Guinness to tide us over?
Yeah, just try role playing a bunch of 80s action toys and watching the cartoons. Then you'll know the real struggle.
Just
There you go.
just watch Predator and just be like, who am I going to play from Predator? And that'll be my
Right.
voice.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
I
All right,
ain't
well, I
got
guess-
time to bleed.
I hope you guys had fun. Hopefully, Bill, how many more weeks did you say?
You got plenty for right now.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens next week. I mean, I don't know. We'll probably have 2 weeks more at least. And
You got at least a month out.
so 4 months. We're about a month out. So thank you guys so much for
Cool.
it was fun.
Have a good night.
And we'll
Yep.
catch you next
Thanks.
week.
That was cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, Chris.
Well, that was a great first session on this one shot. I can't wait to see how these characters develop. It should be a lot of fun. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed playing. Thanks for listening, and as always, we'll see you next week. Hello, listeners. Have you been enjoying the Wednesday Night Crew and our real play sessions of Eberron Adventures, along with our special themed one-shots, and playing other RPG systems like Outgun, Call of Cthulhu, Basin, and Alien the Role-Playing Game? Well, if so, then maybe you should head over to patreon.com and become a patron, just like our first 3 patrons, Sean, Andrew, and John. For just $3 a month, you get your name mentioned in the podcast credits. More tiers will be added as our podcast family grows. Why don't you head over to patreon.com/The Wednesday Night Crew and sign up. You can even sign up for free if you don't want to donate. We're just happy to have you. We hope to see you there. Thanks for being a dedicated listener, and as always, see you next week.